Alright, the good news that's not really great news just keeps on rolling in. Institutional investors are pouring their money into crypto, and it looks like they're just getting started. This has a lot of people in the crypto community thinking that pretty much crypto is done for, because this goes against everything that the crypto community was actually built upon. But like I've been saying for a long time, I think it's pretty much inevitable, and the institutional investors are going to take over the space because they just have most of the money. However, for those of us who are actually invested before the institutional investors get in, I believe this is going to represent the best opportunity to make life-changing wealth, like I keep on saying. And this might actually be the last time we see a bear market like we've seen in previous cycles. Looking here at the Bitcoin chart, you can see that it is still trying to reach the price target for this bullish flag that it broke out of a couple of days ago. And it looks like we are currently stalled out at just above $30,000. For now, though, it looks like we have barely just eked out a higher high, and if we do get rejected right here, then I think we're still going to be looking bullish unless we actually make a lower low. And if this RSI continues to come down faster than the price, then I think this bullish divergence right here is going to only continue getting stronger, and eventually it is going to play out to the upside, sending us to the ultimate price target of about $40,000. If I zoom in here, you can see that we have actually made a bullish divergence right here that might actually play out and make a higher high for us. But the price could actually continue to come down all the way until it reaches about $26,000 before it does make a lower low. And it'll still be a bullish divergence, which will probably ultimately be sending us to the upside after we do find support wherever it is. As you can see, though, the MACD does look like it's about to cross over. And if this actually does play out to be this bullish divergence, and we do make a higher high here, then I think this is just a continuation of the breakout that we've been looking for. Ultimately, though, I'm not really worried about it because, as you can see looking here at the monthly chart, the RSI is actually pretty much at the lowest low that it has been at any point in any other bear market, and the MACD is finally starting to cross over, with it actually possibly even crossing over this month right now. Anytime that this has happened in previous bear markets, it signified the beginning of the bull market, and I think that that's what's going to be happening again here. It's just going to take a little bit of time to play out as people realize that the bull market is back on and start to pour that money back in. Speaking of money pouring back into crypto, here we have an article by Cointelegraph that says the HSBC rolls out a cryptocurrency service in Hong Kong. 3 crypto ETFs have been listed on the stock exchange of Hong Kong and are now reportedly available for crypto trading at Hong Kong's largest bank. I said a few months ago that this was going to be happening in June, that Hong Kong was going to be re-entering the crypto space, and this could actually act as a backdoor for the mainland, as obviously the mainland had to approve this action for them to be able to offer crypto trading, especially to retail investors. And I see this as only being 2 possibilities, and that's either that it's a backdoor for mainland investors to actually invest in cryptocurrency through Hong Kong, or it's just a proving ground and testing opportunity for the mainland to basically see how crypto will work out for Hong Kong before they implement it on the mainland and let basically everybody, which is billions of people over there on the mainland, get back into crypto, which will ultimately send us to a higher high, higher than you could even imagine. But it's not just Hong Kong and retail investors over there in China that are pushing the market up right now. According to this article on the Daily Hodl, there's a tidal wave of institutional capital that's re-entering the crypto markets as sentiment improves. As you can see by this chart, weekly crypto asset flows have been in the green, and we basically just had the best week that we've seen in the past year or so. But where is all of this money coming from if retail investors are still scared to invest in crypto and they think the industry is dead? Well, as I said, we've been seeing a lot of really great news over the past week or two, and it looks like institutional investors are starting to pour money back into the crypto space. BlackRock, Fidelity, and a bunch of other really huge traditional finance institutions have just recently refiled or filed for the first time for a Bitcoin spot ETF, and we even started to see traditional finance institutions releasing their own cryptocurrency exchanges. And with this list of new traditional investors in the crypto space continuing to grow, as you can see, the total assets under management that are just waiting to pour into the crypto space are also continuing to grow, with it currently sitting at about $27 trillion. BlackRock alone manages almost $10 trillion in assets under management, and if all of these institutions just put 10% of their assets under management into the crypto space, then that means we're probably going to be seeing at least a $3 trillion bull market in the next run-up. All of these institutions have so far only applied for Bitcoin ETFs, and that means that it's probably going to be pouring straight into Bitcoin. If Bitcoin goes up by $3 trillion, then that's a 4x from where it's at right now. And this is just 1 week of good news, guys. If all of these guys start to get their way, then we're going to see many more institutions pouring into crypto, and we're going to see governments around the world also putting money into Bitcoin. And for this reason, as I said, we might actually be seeing the last bear market like we've been seeing in the past that we're ever going to see again. Cryptocurrency is finally going to be reaching maturity, and there's going to be untold trillions of dollars that are ready, just waiting to be poured into cryptocurrency as we speak, not to mention the trillions and probably hundreds of trillions of dollars that are going to be printed by governments over the next 10 or so years, and all of the debasement of fiat currencies that still has to take place that's going to continue pouring into the crypto space and sending us to the moon. This thing is just getting started, and with Bitcoin being up almost 100% so far this year, I think we still have a long way to go, and that 100% is just a baby step on the ultimate journey that is the next bull market. This might actually be a really big week that we have ahead, and to me it seems like possibly even the markets are going sideways in anticipation of what's going to happen this Friday. According to this article on CoinDesk, crypto traders eye a $6.8 billion Bitcoin and Ether options expiry this weekend, on Friday. On Friday at 8 o'clock UTC, some 150.6 thousand Bitcoin options contracts worth $4.57 billion will expire on Panama-based Deribit exchange. This is actually the quarterly expiry date, and this could see a lot of longs and shorts being liquidated, and that's going to make a decision on which direction we're actually going to be headed from this pattern that we've been caught in the past couple of days. And this could be what we're waiting for to finally confirm us above $30,000, turning it into support and sending us up to $40,000. It says, with several of the topside call strikes set to expire this week in large size and gamma concentrated around the $30,000 level and Bitcoin trading near $30,000, dealer hedging flows as we approach the expiry may have more of an exaggerated impact on spot prices than some of the smaller weekly expiries, especially as price coils near previous highs and potential short liquidation levels. This basically means that if we close the week above $30,000, then it's probably going to ultimately be bullish, sending us up to that $40,000 price target. And if we actually close the week below $30,000, then it's probably not going to be looking good, and that's probably going to send us down to try to find support, which actually might land us back around $28,000 or so before we find that as support and go back to the upside again. Like I said, there's a lot going on this week, and we might actually have a little bit of a retracement here, but as long as we do make a higher low right here and continue to the upside, I'm ultimately not worried about it because the charts look super bullish, and with all of this institutional money pouring into the crypto space, I think we're just getting started, and there's nothing to be scared of because this is what we've all been waiting for. And I am not going to be selling my Bitcoin or cryptocurrency to BlackRock at the last second. Here we have the Federal Reserve's balance sheet, and as you can see, it has started to slow down right here with the taper that they've been doing over the past few months. And if you look real closely, you can even see that back on Wednesday, June 7th, it even went up by about $3 billion for just a temporary time before coming back down to where we are today. But since the debt ceiling was just raised and it wasn't actually raised to a level, they just kind of removed the ceiling for the next couple of years. I think that as the federal government continues to spend all that fiscal money, the treasury market is only going to be able to absorb so much, and eventually this is going to have to start going back on the Fed's balance sheet, adding liquidity and sending us probably parabolic whenever that ultimately does happen. In my opinion, all these companies like BlackRock are just getting ready for that to happen. But speaking of BlackRock, Larry Fink even says that he's ashamed to be part of the ESG political debate. So maybe this thing is finally starting to reach its ultimate climax, and maybe we'll start to see the ESG and woke bullcrap just kind of die down a little bit. And when that happens, I think BlackRock is going to start pouring money back into actual innovations instead of just woke ideology, and that's probably going to just make the economy and all of our lives a little bit better. Not to mention, with BlackRock backing off of the ESG stuff, maybe they'll stop finally talking crap about Bitcoin being bad for the environment, and get behind it so that mainstream adoption can finally happen and we can all have our boats lifted as BlackRock lift the tide. Let me know in the comments, can you guys remember a time when woke was actually being woke to all of the stuff that the government does and all of the manipulation that they have over our lives, instead of being woke to some stupid gender ideology? Either way, don't forget to check out the Only Good Crypto merch store at onlygoodcrypto.com. And remember that when you wear Only Good, you're going to feel only good. So do Only Good every day and head on over there just after this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. This is Ibisu. He's named after one of the 7 lucky gods of Japan. According to legend, he will bring wealth and prosperity to anybody who evokes his name. So don't forget to write his name in the comments, or you'll bring dishonor to your whole portfolio. And check out this video right here. Say goodbye, Ibisu.